All right, you made it. Day 2. In this one, we're going to be talking about why there's a difference between being busy and being productive. We're going to be talking about how to get aligned with the version of yourself that allows you to every single day act in regards to where you already know you're going versus waking up every single day asking yourself the questions of what do I need to do? Why is this not working? Feeling so overwhelmed and stressed out in the process of building this dream business. Because the reality is, once again, if you don't know where you're going, you can't get there. But if you do know where you're going, it's very easy to backtrack day to day and understand that brick by brick, day by day, you're going to get there. And there is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's just a matter of time. And here we are going to talk about how to collapse the time frames so that you, over the course of time, can be productive, not busy. So there is a difference between working hard and working productive. And hard work absolutely is important, but hard work amplifies who you already are. So let's make sure that we are the version of ourselves that we need to be first, right? Does that make sense? Because here's the thing. If your identity is misaligned with where you want to go, effort is just going to create more burnout. That's just the truth, right? And so here we're going to be talking about why working harder seems to fail ambitious people. Like when you really want to win and you're willing to work your butt off, but you're working your butt off in terms of trying to drive to that McDonald's. If you remember the last video and you watch to the end, you know what I'm talking about. If you're driving to that nearest McDonald's outside of your state, but you don't have it into your GPS, no matter how fast you go, no matter how hard you want to try to get there, it doesn't make a lot of sense. You can want things really bad. You can be willing to work really hard, but without alignment, there really is no sense to begin with. So alignment comes first, right? And so inside of this one, we are going to be talking about several different things that I guarantee you guys are going to help. So first, we need to program your mind for future success. Now, the first thing that I need you guys to do is I need you to get all negative thinking frames out of your damn head. Because the majority of people speak more about where they've been and where they're going. More people talk about the past and their experiences. They're looking at and posting their Snapchat memories versus posting their vision board. And if I asked you where you're going to be in the next month, in the next 3 years, the next 5 years, 10 years, most of you couldn't tell me anything. And if you did, you'd give me a very vague goal. That's like the McDonald's reference. That's you knowing, okay, the nearest one is probably, if you're in Illinois, it's probably right underneath me because I'm in Southern Illinois, right? That's your goal. Rather than having the street address, the zip code, the details, turn-by-turn direction to get there efficiently. That's the major difference, and that's what this video is all going to be about. Now we're going to get into some high-value lessons in teaching, my trials, my tribulations, and things I wish I would have known earlier that would have inevitably and 100% helped me do what I've done even faster, right? So, first, programming. Your mind is a GPS. It's a search bar, right? Whatever you type into it most often is what you're going to get more of, right? Okay, so I want you to think about it like it's a search bar on your computer or your smartphone. For me, if I type in the letter Z, Zillow comes up right away. And it has all of the million-dollar homes, multi-million-dollar homes that I want. I have everything so programmed into my mind that I know everything. I want 3 homes. I want a ski in, ski out, lodge style home up in Colorado, Utah area. I want a Malibu beach home overlooking the cliffs. This will probably be the last home because it's likely the most expensive. And taxes in California suck. I don't see that changing anytime soon. And then I want a home here, probably home number 1 in Paradise Valley in Scottsdale, where I have an open floor plan in the back. I got a pickleball court. I got a guest home for mom and dad to come travel and to come stay, friends and family. And I want all 3 of these. I don't like to travel more than 2-3 hours on a plane. These 3, it's a perfect triangle. I have it all figured out. I know the colors that I want, the white stucco walls inside of the Arizona home with the palm trees out back, acting as like pillars on the outside of the pool, and the big gorilla statue. I can't remember the name of these brands, but I have 2 mini ones in my apartment now. I want the cause statues sitting in the front door, acting as guards. I have everything, man. All the little trinkets, all the little designs. I want the overflow black and white marble countertop in the kitchen with the oven brick style oven thing, and then the drop down. I want white, black cobblestone, like matte black cobblestone walls in the background. Like I got all this figured out, man. It's all there. I know the color of the stitching, the color of the exterior, the interior, the year, the make, the model, the trim of the car I want. I know everything. I know how much money I want to be making a month to 5 years from now, how much a year. This is programmed. It's really easy to wake up every single day and take action in regards to where I'm going when it's already in there. It's the search bar of my mind. When I type in Y, YouTube comes up. And when I type in M in the YouTube search bar, $1 million mansions and home tours pop up. That's all I watched for 2 years straight, man. I didn't watch sports. Why would I sit there and watch 2-3 hours of someone else doing their best to build their dream life? Why? I'm not in this life to live it through your lens. I'm in it to build my own. Why would I go to a local dive bar and sit there and program into my mind someone else's success? Why would I use the energy I have limited of, that I work so hard to build up on Friday and Saturdays, to escape my own reality and to go live life through someone else's, sitting there getting more excited and screaming and shouting for another man in a jersey, probably with his last name on my back, than myself? Why would I do that? Hell no. I did that for too long. This is what I'm trying to help you not do any longer. And so here's my point. I want you to get definitive on what you want. I want you to program it into your mind. I want you to go back to the young version of yourself where you had an imagination. Look, man, as you get older, you accumulate memory and history, and you start to live through that. That's why everybody, when they're older, and the reason I used to hate sitting at the dinner table, my parents would sit there and talk more about the day they had and the problems and the drama at work than the day they had moving forward, than the future, than what they were looking to do by the end of the year. And that's why my parents have made the same amount of money for year after year after year for a long time. That's the truth. It's the harsh reality, but it's the truth. And I never realized why I hated sitting at the dinner table. Now I know. Because it took my imagination away. It made me live in the past and in the day I already had, not live in the future. I want you to go back and reinvent yourself. I want you to get a vision board. Go to freaking Office Max, Walmart, get a big white poster board and put exactly what you want to do. Get pictures of the car, the home, the body, the significant other, the money, whatever, watches. Whatever is going to be a motivator for you, I want you to get clear on it. Because for me, my programming, my GPS is locked, man. It is. You could throw up a Mansion and Music home tour on YouTube by Legendary Productions that are like 3-4 hours long. And you could go to a random point in time in the YouTube video and I could damn near tell you the address of these homes without seeing them. I've seen them so many times. I sit there and I literally brainwash myself with where I want to go, with what I want, not where I've been, not what other people are doing. This is my life. I only get one. What do I look like? How selfish do I look? I don't know if you're a believer in God or not, but it doesn't really matter. What do I look like using the one life I have to live it through someone else's lens? When I'm blessed, when there's some kid that's, I remember this. A couple weeks ago, I ran a marathon. A week or so before that, I saw some kid at Dick's Sporting Goods. No limbs. Like he couldn't walk, he couldn't run, in a wheelchair, just being a greeter. I could be him, man. What do I look like living life through the lens of someone else when I'm just as capable? I might be smarter. What do I look like living it through his lens, man? I'm not here to be a motivator. I'm here to get you guys to understand that you can absolutely change your life. And this blueprint can absolutely take you to where you want to go. And you likely are undervaluing yourself right now and your ability to do what I'm about to help you do because you haven't started this yet. The programming is step one. Where the hell are we going? What's in the search bar? Is it where you've been or is it where you want to go? Is it other people or is it the better version of yourself? Right? I want you to reimagine. I want you to think more about where you're going. I want you to be the little kid again. Create your future reality before you ever get there. Now, here's two very important things. You have two components to your brain, right? I'm going to get a little more in-depth here. You have a conscious and a subconscious portion to your mind. Now, your conscious is what you know. It's your actions, it's your emotions, it's the verbiage you express to the world. But that is controlled by your subconscious. Your subconscious is what you may not realize is working in the background as a filter. The bad part, for you that may not have realized this yet, is this subconscious is 90% of your working brain power. And you haven't even recognized that it's there and you don't know how to use it. And that's why every day, when it comes to the actions, you don't know what actions you should take to get to where you want to go. You just did what you did the day before. That's why the emotions, you feel overwhelmed. You feel unclear. You feel lack of focus, lack of drive. You'd rather click snooze on your alarm clock than wake up and do what you get to do, aka live your life. The one thing you get. This is a gift, man. You'd rather do that because you don't know how this filter works. The verbiage you express into the world. You speak more about where you've been, not where you're going. You speak more about problems, not solutions. I don't see that, man. I don't see failure. I see opportunity to improve. I don't see things that went wrong. I see lessons. You get me? There's perspective shifts that we're going to make along the way. But understanding how these two things work is very important. Your conscious is what you know. The actions, the emotions, the verbiage you express to the world. The subconscious is the mental filter utilizing something called your RAS, Reticular Activating System. You can look this up if you want to do more research on it. We're not going to spend a crazy amount of time. But this is the filter that controls what you then act or don't act on. What you do express, what you don't express. Right? So you can filter Your RAS, your reticular activating system. It's what you see, hear, and think about most often. You can filter those things, right? You can choose what you look at. You can choose what you listen to. You can choose what you see, what you touch, what you feel. You're a human being. We have things that other people don't have. We have higher faculties, man. We have will. We have reason. We have intellect. These are things that animals don't get. But why are you not utilizing it? And why are you acting like an animal? Why are you acting like a damn tiger walking around doing the same thing every day? Just putting food on the plate and going about your life. I don't know. If you're watching this video and you're content, just stop. Just quit the blueprint already. Give up. Because I don't have that bone in my body. And you're never going to see it in me. I don't have an off switch. I've programmed my mind for where I want to go. I know I have one life. And for me, it's more important for me to exercise my ability to live and to improve and to have an impact on people and to fulfill my purpose than it is for me to just exist. Because there's going to come a time where the clock hits zero, where the sand runs out. And to me, my biggest insecurity, my biggest fear is getting to the end of the game that I call life and not reaching my highest potential. My biggest fear is not programming my mind for future success and living the same day on repeat so many damn times I want to take myself out. That is a problem for a lot of people, man. And I think a lot of mental health can be solved by mental programming and knowing how these things work, man. Your subconscious mind is a superpower if you know how to use it. And you can build belief. Belief is a skill, man. It's just like sales. It's just built differently. So when you build sales skills, you can go review a call. And you can see, add a lot of filler words there. Spent too much time on discovery with the prospect, or not enough time getting to know them. I was too overbearing. I acted more of a hard closer than I did as a therapist, helping them get what they want. These are things you can review. Your belief system, you don't realize is a skill, but you can build it. Here's how you build it. You build it by utilizing your higher faculties and your subconscious mind. Because if you program your subconscious, which is 90% of your brain, then the other 10%, your conscious, what you actually do, those actions every day, you won't even have to think anymore, man. It's already programmed. I'm good. I wake up every day, go. Why wouldn't I go? I know where I'm going. I want those things. That's a dope life. Why would I not want to go? Right? So you build your belief by what you see, hear, and think about most often. So when other people, when I first understood this, were going out on the weekends, I would go on a run. I would purposely stack a win when other people stack losses. You can't win money-wise every day. You can't. It's not possible. In entrepreneurship, Andy Frisella, really big entrepreneur, scaled First Form. If you guys have ever heard of that health company. By the way, I think he was unprofitable on paper for like 9 years and slept in his nutrition store. Another entrepreneur story that's pretty cool. But he always says, 96% of the time you lose. Shit doesn't go your way. Deals fall through. Every employee's quitting, throwing their problems at you. The dog's sick. Something's going wrong, right? 2% of the time you're wondering, is this ever going to work? And 2% of the time you win. And as an entrepreneur, you live on those wins and you stack them to the ceiling. And that is something that you need to understand right now. But the problem is most people don't build their belief system, so they get put out. Their fire gets put out. They quit when it gets hard because they're not programmed clearly enough where they're going. Your subconscious mind does not know the difference. The 90% does not know the difference between what's real and what's fake, what you have and what you don't have yet. It doesn't. It has no clue. All that it knows is what's most familiar. So the reason that when I type in Z in the search bar of my mind, Zillow comes up with all the homes that are bookmarked in Colorado, in Malibu, on the beaches of California, here at Scottsdale, the reason that it pops in is because I've programmed it enough. I've seen it enough. I've heard it enough. I've experienced it enough. I've felt it enough, right? This is what you get as a human. You get all these sensations. You just don't use them. So on the weekends when other people were going out to the clubs, I would go on a run 2 miles to the luxury car dealerships here in Scottsdale, and I would go stare at the Lamborghinis. I'd put on my favorite music. I'd get in the zone. I'd go on a run. I'm already winning while you were losing. Even if I'm not winning on paper and money-wise, I'm winning while you're losing. If I keep winning and you keep losing, I'm going to win. That's how I think. I'm not trying to compare myself. I'm beating the old me. That was me. I'm going to beat him. And then I'm going to beat him again and beat him again and beat him again. And eventually I'm going to win. And so the thing is I would go program it. And once you get around enough Lamborghinis, you get around enough cars, whatever it is that fuels you, right? It starts to become familiar. Your brain starts to think you deserve it because you program it enough. What you see, what you hear, what you experience. On Sundays after church, I would wake up while everybody else is hungover. Used to be me, by the way. I would go to open home tours. This is something a mentor of mine taught me. In $8, $5, $10 million homes. I had no business being in there. I'm negative 35 grand deep in credit card debt. I haven't even paid my rent for the month. But I didn't care. And none of it bothered me. I was so programmed for where I was going, I didn't know where I was at. I didn't know where I had been. It didn't matter. I'm going this way, not that way. So I would go into these home tours. I'd talk to the listing agent. I'd look around. I'd see the white stucco walls. I'd see the open floor plan. I'd see the pickleball court. I'd see the guest home. I'm feeling it. I'm seeing it. I'm touching it. My mind was so elevated after doing this so many times. There is no lower standard. I'm brainwashed for success. That's what you can do too. So I want you to go to places that elevate your environment and your frequency in your mind, right? So this is high level conversations of people in terms of getting around high level hotels. Like I would go to 5-star restaurants and sit at the bar and just eavesdrop on people's conversations and drink a water until I got kicked out. I've gotten kicked out of coffee shops, hotels, everything. You name it. But I'd go to the Global Ambassador Hotel here in Scottsdale, and I'd meet high-level, 9-figure entrepreneurs, Dean Graziosi, the owner of the Suns. I've seen them all there. And sometimes I'll pick their brain. Why not? I'm the average of the 5 people I spend the most time with. What if I can make you one of them? That's going to help me a lot, right? I just want to learn. I want to be a sponge. I want to be around things that elevate my circumstance, right? So this is how you build a belief system. What you see, hear, and experience most often. So go experience the homes you want to be in. Go see the cars you want to be driving. Go experience and feel the life that you want to live. Put on a nice outfit. Go get work in at a quality hotel in the lobby. Do things that force you to be at a higher frequency. Don't sit in your freaking apartment with the mattress on the ground and the desk in the corner with tuna cans in the fridge. You'll kill yourself. Don't do that. You have to take an effort to go build your belief system. Once you build it, now you got the subconscious filter figured out. So now that reticular activating system, what you see, hear, and experience most often, now it's already there. So now you're just going to experience, you're going to see, you're going to feel, and you're going to yield higher things into your life. The actions, the emotions, right? The vibration you express to other people, your energy, it's going to be different. People are going to start noticing, damn, bro, why are you so positive? Why you got so much of a pep in your step? Why are you talking so fast? Because I'm excited. Because I know where I'm going. Because I wake up like a firecracker every day. Pissed for greatness, man. I love my life. Why wouldn't I? These are things that you're going to start to realize as you go. Get the vision board. Do it. Now, you are what you think about most of the time. If you guys have never heard this audio, go on YouTube and listen to it. It's called The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale. I listened to this for 30 nights straight on repeat while I slept. Like a remedy. I would keep the volume somewhat low. Night 1, 2, 3, I was listening all the way through because I didn't know what it was. By the end of the 30 days, it was like clockwork. But it's still getting programmed into my mind. And the strangest secret, as you'll see in the video, is you are what you think about most of the time. And I will remind people of this. When they're telling me it doesn't work, bro, I'm struggling, my content's not sticking, nobody wants to listen to me, everybody quits, you are what you think about most of the time. So are you the guy that has people that quit on them? Are you the guy or the girl that can't get things to work? Like, what do you want your results to be? Because what you're telling yourself is what you're going to get more of. If I sat there and I told you to look in the mirror 100 times and say to yourself 100 times, I can't win, I can't win, I can't win. For 100 times, by the end of the 100 times, your brain's going to hurt. That's the hope, at least. And you're going to feel like shit. You'll probably feel depressed. But if you sit there and say, I'm a freaking winner, I'm a freaking winner, and you say it 100 times, you'll probably boost your dopamine naturally. You get more of what you tell yourself most of the time. You are what you think about most of the time. So what are you thinking about? Are you thinking about problems? Are you thinking about solutions? You're talking about failure or opportunity to improve, learning lessons? Are you thinking about where you're going or where you've been? You get more of what you think about most of the time. So when my mom and dad sit there and talk about work every single day at the dinner table, what do you think they got the next day? Same thing. That's most people, their entire life, and they never figured this out. That's why it's the strangest secret to life. And so this has been passed down from mentor to mentor to mentor, and my goal is to pass it on to you. Now, high frequency as a whole is being abundant. One of my mentors, when I first started working in direct sales, before I ever started scaling brands and offers, when I was figuring out all this personal development stuff, I remember invited me out to his home in California. Beautiful home. And I remember I was a little negative. I would complain. And those days, that 96% of the time where I was losing and shit was going wrong and I wasn't making money and I couldn't pay rent, I would say that. I'd be like, dude, I can't pay my rent today. And bro, it just sucks. Like I haven't signed somebody up or I haven't recruited someone in 2 weeks. Like I'm talking more about what I don't want, right? It sounds crazy now to me. I hate it. It's like throw up in my mouth. He would literally tell me, get that shit away from me. Go upstairs. He'd put me in timeout. And I was like, what the? I never understood it. And then I did. He was protecting his energy. He always told me every single day, like if I was being negative, he would tell me, don't bring that shit around me. Take that over there. And now I get it. And now I do that with my friends. Now I do that with business partners. Now I do that with clients. Now I do that with my family. When I go home for Christmas and things like that, it's very difficult because everybody talks about, oh, Aunt Sharon just had hip surgery, and oh, Bobby just got fired from his job, and this and that. It's more problems than solutions. It's negative stuff. I don't care. I'm sorry, like I do care, but I don't want to hear it. So protect your energy in that regard. Abundance is a superpower if utilized correctly. Abundance is reestablishing in your mind where you're going, not where you've been. Abundance is thinking very clearly that I am worthy. I will win. I am grateful. I am wealthy, right? I am healthy. You speak these things into existence. They give you peace. They give you tranquility. They make you feel confident. These are tricks to a lot of people, but this is a protocol to winners. Every one of them does it, man. If you've ever seen high-level athletes, sometimes you'll see them literally talking to themselves in a mirror. Some of this stuff is crazy. When you go look at like Tony Robbins and you go look at Tim Grover, people that have coached some of the highest level individuals in the world. Tim Grover coached Kobe Bryant, Dwayne Wade, Michael Jordan. Tony Robbins has coached some of the highest level entrepreneurs in the world. This is what they do. They program themselves. They manifest their reality into existence. Whoever told you that you can't is dead ass wrong. Because 2.5 years ago when I was sitting in a car dealership taking naps on the bathroom floor, shaking, laying on a roll of toilet paper, I would be lying to you if I said that I didn't want to live the life that I want to live now, or that I am living now. I was wanting it. And then I figured out how to actually get it. And day by day, brick by brick, it didn't happen as fast as I wanted it to, but in about 2 years worth of time, I had it. And I checked off the boxes of so many things I never thought I could do before. And you are going to do this as well. So I'm going to finish this video off with an exercise. This exercise is something that was given to me by a Forbes 30 Million Under 30 recipient, one of my early mentors. This person spoke at that first event. If you remember the first video and you watched it, you'll know what I'm talking about. The first event that I ever went to when I quit my job in March of 2023. This individual gave this exercise. It is how to shift your paradigm. 8 ways. You can take these down if you'd like. Number 1, write out life as you would like it to be. Then read that statement out loud daily. So this is your goals. If you can't sit there and you can't write out what you truly want, you don't want it. And if you can't sit there in the morning and read this out loud to yourself, you clearly don't want it. And in the next video, we're going to be talking about the operating system that allows you to actually start putting action steps into place and start to improve. One of the things I'll give you as a teaser is in the morning, most people start their day the wrong way and they finish their day the same way. You can absolutely give yourself almost guarantee that you're going to have a good day every single day with the right routine, with the right structure. And if you do this, for example, and you write out loud, write out on paper right now what you want life to be, a month from now, 3 years from now, 6 months from now, whatever the case is. This is your life, not mine. And you wake up every single day and you say that and you speak it into existence, you're going to notice you start to feel better. Every day, your mind is programmed. You're subconsciously telling yourself, right? You are what you think about most of the time. I'm going to get more of what I say to myself most of the time. These are facts. It's a universal law. It's not complicated. Think about it. If you tell yourself more about where you're going to go, you're probably going to get there, right? So, number 1, write out life as you would like it to be, then read that statement out loud daily. We're going to talk about doing that in the morning. Step 2, stop replaying your past and start pre-playing your future. Right? This is remembering. Windshield bigger than the rear view mirror. We're not going that way, right? Step 3, constant spaced repetition of positive information. So instead of going out, watching other people perform, do well, you're programming. Positive information, podcast, audios, books, personal development, home tours, car dealerships, whatever motivates you, right? Positive information, what you see, hear, and experience is what you're going to get more of. That's how you build your belief. We're going to build that over the course of the next 30 days together. Number 4, changing 1 to 2 habits at a time. Replace the old with the new. Don't try to cut things from your life. Vices, don't just try to cut it. You got to replace it. So for me, Friday, Saturday nights when I used to go out and do a whole bunch of bad stuff with people that didn't care about my success, I called them friends. Here's a reality check. If the people in your life you call your friends are the ones influencing you to spend all your hard-earned money on stupid shit, and these are the people that you consider friends because they make you feel good, and they're the one that like give you confirmation to go make stupid decisions, and they're worsening your future, that's not a friend. That's someone that has you around because of how you make them feel. A friend, a true friend, is someone that calls you out on your shit. That's what I'm here to do for you. So replace the vices, the habits, the distractions, the temptations with something else. When I used to go out, When my friends, they literally, before I moved out, my friends would pregame with 20 people inside of my apartment, and they'd get effed up. Music on and everything. They'd knock on my door. No, come. I'd put headphones on, and I'd walk out, and I'd go for a run in front of all of them. That was my way of winning. They called me a psycho. They laughed at me. What the fuck is this guy doing? You can't even afford to go out. Yeah, well, none of them are doing what I'm doing now, so it's all good. And I used to tell people, and I want you to think about this for yourself. People laughing at you, people judging you, all your fear of the unknown that other people are going to say and think about you and stuff. Bro, I told people this. You do you, and I'll do me. And we'll watch the time go by. And now I get to say, check the timeline. Because none of you are where I am. And that's not what it's about. But to some extent, if that helps you, proving the haters and proving the doubters wrong, because I know I use that as a chip on my shoulder, do it, man. But that's something you have to do, is replace the old with the new. I would go on a run instead of going out, right? I would read a book. I would watch a podcast instead of watching a sports game. I started to fall in love with the process. I promise, happiness is found in progress. When you start to reinforce positive information, you start to get better, you're going to get addicted to it. And then people are going to call you a crackhead like they did me. But you start to learn all this stuff, and you start to develop your craft, and you start to grow so much so fast that you get people to buy into you, and that's really cool. And then you have 12 people move out to your exact apartment complex that didn't even know you existed, that have never started a business, never done sales, never done anything entrepreneurial in their life, and in your first year, even though you're not making money, they all move to you because they want to be closer, because they want your energy. They want to be like that. That's what I had happen when I did all of these so often that I just became a freaking robot for success. That's what I wanted. I didn't care about everything else. So number 5, associate with successful people and eliminate the negative influences. Very simple. You got to cut the fat. Cut the fat. The fat, most likely, not just temptations, vices, distractions, all that. People. And it's usually the people you love the most. I don't care how much you love them. I don't care how close to them you are. If they're negative, they got to go. If they talk more about the past and the future, they got to go. If they reassure your comfortability, they got to go. If they talk about things that make you feel influenced to make poor decisions that aren't going to better your future, they got to go. Here's a very simple framework. I got this from somebody that had a daughter that died of cancer, and now he's like an ultra marathon, ultra Ironman, crazy guy, right? Like David Goggins level person. And someone asked him, how do you stay so focused and what you want and everything? He said, it's simple. It's an environment filter. It's an audit on my life. If it doesn't help me serve my purpose, if it doesn't help me serve my goal, it goes. There is no maybe. There is no negotiating. There's no reasoning to make poor decisions. If it doesn't help me get here, I'm not doing it. Period. I'm not hanging out with you, bro. You're not going to have you're not influencing me to make good decisions. Let's be real. I'm going to wake up late. I'm going to feel like shit. I'm going to spend my money. I'm going to hang out with people that don't care about me. I'm not doing it. You know? Don't go where they go. Don't talk like they talk. Don't associate with the things they associate with. Right? Number 6, model yourself after someone that has what you want. Do exactly as they do. I say this all the time. I said it in the first video. I'll probably say it again. Do what others do. Say what others say. You'll get what others got. So think about that. Who are you doing the same things as? Who are you saying the same things as? And what do you have right now? Number 7, utilize those higher faculties, right? Perception, will, memory, reason, intuition, imagination. Go back. Reinvent yourself. Little kid, right? Vision board. You need to know all these things. Program yourself for future success. Number 8, build this discipline habit. I know in the last video I talked about not liking the word discipline, but it is the one that everyone understands. Learn to give yourself a command and then follow it. Some people this is hard. But if you program correctly, I truly believe that you will start to love the process as well. The things that come with it, discipline, doing the things you don't want to do that get where you want to go, discipline just becomes doing the things that I need to do to get where I want to go. Not doing the things that I don't want to do. Right? So, number 8, build your discipline, learn to give yourself a command, and then follow it. That's day 2. Day 3, we're going to be moving a little bit further into the process on the operating system, on all of the habits, on all the rituals, on all the routines that are going to help you collapse time frames, get more done in a short amount of time, start to feel way more focused, feel way more clear, and to be a high-speed freaking ninja on a full-speed chase for greatness, baby. See you guys soon. Let's go.